please be an inspired preacher. Did you ever see a frowning preacher? You ever see preachers that preach about the joy of the Lord? You ever see that? Don't be that kind. Remember this statement. The world, the people that you minister to have problems. Don't give them more problems. Don't feel your mission is to spook people or damn people. Don't be the kind of a preacher that will rejoice to think hell is hot enough to burn for those that don't believe in you. Don't be that kind of a preacher. I always tell people when I make an invitation to accept Christ and ask them and build as beautiful a case as I can for them to accept Christ. I always tell them, if you don't, God won't get mad at you. He'll just wait and be patient with you until another preacher comes along that you like better than you like me. And maybe he'll persuade you, and that'll be nice. Don't be the kind of a preacher, I'm talking inspiration. Don't be the kind of a preacher that when you take the pulpit, the lights turn off. No. Be the kind that they turn on. Your smile, your happiness, your face, your comportment makes people know you're gonna bring something good to them and you're worth listening to. I marvel at how many sad preachers we have. I thought they were all in Russia, but they're not. What? Are you alive? I ask you, are you alive? Let me read you something Jesus said one day. This is just to fit in before we get into the lesson. In John 5:25, verily, remember this, a nice sideline, not a big doctrine, but a nice sideline. John 5:25, verily, he means I really want you to get this, right? Verily, I say to you, I really mean this. The hour is coming. Now, he was here among them. Redemption hadn't been paid for. He hadn't died and risen and sat down at the side of the Father so that the Holy Ghost could come back and be. That hadn't happened yet. But he was so delighted about his mission, because that's what it was all about. And that's what your mission is all about, to tell that. And he was so delighted that he couldn't keep quiet about it. He said, verily I say to you, the hour is coming, and now is, that the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of God, and they that hear shall live. Are you dead? I'm republishing the book, Message That Works. Get that book if you can. If you can't, then we'll try to give it to you. But it won't be off the press for a little while. But it's a new book. But I want you to have it. It's so important. And I wrote the introduction to it and called it, You Can Come Back from the Dead. I think the greatest need for preachers and Bible students is to know to be happy. You know, I heard somebody say one time, you can't preach the good news mad. You have to preach the good news glad. We're the hope of the world. The world is our hope. We have the best message in the world. No other religion on earth tells the people what we tell them. Remember that. Look at the Muslims. Look how they're killing everybody. Look how mean they are. Precious people. But Muhammad never taught anything about love. Did you know that? Never did. The Muslim, they don't know anything about love. That should be all we know. Are you alive? You can come back from the dead. Let me read you something I found one day. By the way, what does inspiration mean? It means, I like this, and I ask you, are you inspired? It means to stimulate a person to creative action. That's nice, isn't it? Are you creative? Do you just think what other people have thought for you? You know, in religion, we're not allowed to think a new thought. We're only permitted, if we really conform to our religion, to thoughts that some pontificate has thought for us and approved. You can think that thought. But something else is a no-no. Well, are you alive? Are you inspired? To stimulate a person to creative action and creative thinking, inspiration. I love to preach on this, inspiration. To awaken and quicken the creative impulse for high achievement. Isn't that nice? I want to achieve in my world. I want my creative impulses to be inspired and to be quickened and awakened so they can work for me. Some of you would be shocked at what a creator you are if you weren't tied to some religion that forbids you to think a new thought. Do I need to run that through again? Some of you would be shocked at the creativity that you harbor in you if you could get free from being obliged to only think thoughts that have already been approved for you to think. Be a creator. I wish I could get the whole church to realize God's not through. He hasn't quit thinking. He hasn't quit revealing. He's wonderful. He's got ideas for this generation. This is a generation of technology. He has ideas for that. Inspiration to enliven or to infuse the mind or the spirit. I want my spirit infused with the inspiration of His miracle life. I have that. That's what turns me on. Here's what I read one day, and I copied it down. Listen, most human beings are already dead. That's why I wrote that introduction. You can come back from the dead. That book, The Message That Works, will bring people back from the dead all over the world. Most human beings are already dead. In one way, listen close, in one way or another, they've lost their dreams. They've lost their ambitions. They've lost their desire for a better life. They've compromised their potential. They've settled for mediocrity, for despair. I hate that. God, who is the source of life and inspiration, don't ever fall in this trap.